let's get this show on the road.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how much of people's conversations and the decisions made you remember for this recap.
I am feeling and thinking the same.
Yeah. Okay. So it started off with the group coming home and talking to. Pretty much, it was a session of in-character roleplay. We all talked to each other. It was glorious. It included us talking to Halen and explaining decisions that we had made, the attack on the 3 pairs, and the probable marriage to Lady Swan for Alaric, which Halen didn't agree on. But, kind of out of his hands now. And because Halen didn't agree with the premarital coitus, he sent Alaric to a hill to pay penance. So he decided to invite Nima to go and have a drink and food and kind of give a fuck you to Halen. But before that, Nima and Bree talked about how Halen had threatened Nima, and they were next to the well. I remember that bit. It pretty much happened mainly in chat, because Decim was talking to Halen, and Halen pretty much kicked Decim out of the room, which was excessively rude. Rosette is now is becoming a bit more Reach, like Girl of the Reach. She's wearing dresses now. Maybe whether out of choice or need with a growing stomach. Who knows? What else? There was talks between Lanus and Bree, I believe. I can't remember.
As well as with Dave Besom. Both of them starting because Lanus started having a bit of growing suspicion due to something something mentioned to him by Lucas.
Yes. Yeah. I vaguely remember. It's been a week. I don't watch the videos, so...
Why don't you?
Because I upload them. It takes hours out of my day. Anyway, yeah, Lucas pretty much dropped a bomb like Halen's kind of being a bit of a douche. He's more demanding respect than gaining it. After all of the in-game, in-character roleplay, the one thing that was meant to occur this session was Lord Butterwell to come to the keep, and we were to talk to him. But all of our in-character discussion took all session, and he's only just arrived, with a surprise visit of the prince, who we have no idea why he's here, which is a bit awkward. So now we have to prepare an emergency for him, basically, which is going to be fun. So I think that was pretty much it. It was mainly just discussions all week.
Anyone got anything to add then?
Lanus got kicked out of his own room by Bree.
Oh yeah, she's just sat there and Lanus got the choice of sit with her uncomfortable Bree or leave. He chose the
Nima's
latter.
been gone
To actually get important things done.
Yeah.
Nima's left a week before Halen.
That's true. Went to the tavern that Halen is going to make sure.
It wasn't entirely a week, because that simply wouldn't be possible from you coming home and then him leaving.
Okay, I don't know how much time it was, but
a few days, like 3 days. I'll get that head start.
Yeah.
so much head start.
Either way, it's just to see if Halen isn't up to no good, I believe.
Well, there are some plans in motion at this point maybe take care of this problem for us.
Jonas,
I have no idea what you're talking.
before we start, you didn't answer me when I...
No, because this is something I want to bring up to the group.
Okay, because this is something that will have already happened at this
Yes.
point. So, if we, I suppose, do a flashback, then
Yes.
I guess we can do a scene with the two of you, and then you can ask the people out of character what you think you should answer. Or do you want to ask them in character?
No, I can ask them out of character. I think this is
because then we'll do the scene then. We'll begin this session then, not with the people standing out there, but perhaps with Decim seeming to bite his lip or some such at the unknown complication of Prince Makar's arrival.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see him maybe a slight flinch of being a little bit nervous, and then we'll sort of pan out from the light of the morning sun, and then to the light of like a torch as a door is being opened into a very warm and very light room in the dungeon that used to be very cold and nasty, but now it's very hot in here. As the man basically, I assume though Desmond just walks in really.
Yes.
I mean, this is his dungeon.
It's his dungeon.
Yeah.
After all, I have had much fun in this dungeon over the years.
Yes.
What the things.
Oh, he's like uncomfortable with the heat. As Sir Ives walks closer, he has sort of a big pair of leather gloves on him and an apron as he walks over. She looks at you. She seems to be enjoying himself quite a lot. Yeah. What do I owe the pleasure today?
He nods at him. I will keep this short, as I am sure you are a very busy man, Master Sir Jarvis.
Yes, I cannot leave this concoction standing here for more than a few minutes before I have to take care of it, or, well, there would be unfortunate circumstances.
Well, your castle just fell off the ledge. Oh, well. I find myself in need of something quite rare, and I thought perhaps you might be able to help me. I seek the basilisk's blood.
Oh, and you think I am the sort of man to have that sort of thing just in my cupboard then, huh?
If what your former declaration of your preparedness and your abilities are an indication, yes.
And what would you offer me then in return for this gift?
Well, the most ready answer would of course be that I would buy it from you, but I have a feeling that you are not interested in gold.
Gold. Well, just by burning down this castle, he sort of looks around, or by doing nothing for a few minutes, I could earn wagons of gold from your enemies, no? He's smiling around. I don't need any more of that right now. There is something, perhaps, though, that might have me have a slight dose of this rare substance. But the price is not gold, no. This land is new to me. I would like to know how things work exactly, and I understand that important things are going to be happening here soon. I want to be there. I want to see them. I want to be at the meetings. I want to be there when important things happen, when decisions are made, or when options are being discussed. I want in. I want to learn and understand and know. If this is about, of course, a problem of trust, then what I already do for you, I think, requires more of such, doesn't it? As I said, if I wanted money, and I was fine with betraying all of you, then I could just burn this house down while you slept. If you would agree to this, I could bring you a vial of the blood now. It is not something, however, I have a lot of, and you should be very careful with it. Not even I would want that thing in my putty.
Well, I guess that's the deal then. He wants in, which I take to mean that he wants to be more readily informed of what's going on and stuff. In return, he will give us some basilisk blood, and I'm guessing also his sort of sage counsel on different things. If
he wants to be at the meetings in the council chamber and at the family reunions and at the big talks and whatnot.
Sure. He wants to sit on the council, basically, the family council. So yeah, now is what I turn to the rest of the group and say, what do you think?
How long does he plan to stay here? Is it, like, because to be on the council is, it sounds like he has plans for the house. More than just wants to be involved in decisions. Like, why would he want that?
I don't know. He definitely wants to throw in with the house in a way.
I definitely
we could
feel
just-
there has to be an ulterior motive.
Yeah, but if he does stuff we don't like, we just say no. And we don't discuss really intimate matter in the council anyway. It's always like, well, the meeting is done, and then we always go like, I need to talk to you private.
That's true, yeah.
So
You
we
know-
can just continue with the people thinking that's important stuff happening in the council chamber when it really doesn't. It happens in the Raven's Roost.
I assume this bastard's blood is for your guys' plotting efforts right now.
I don't know. I am positively. I have no idea what you're talking about.
In character,
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Halldamir, what the hell are you planning? That bastard's blood.
But from a storytelling perspective, Desmond's the one who's going to have to justify this to Halen, but
I wouldn't worry too much about that. I wouldn't worry too much about that part of it.
Desmond thinks.
Yes, to himself.
in which case, from a storytelling perspective, go for it.
The thing is, as I see it, he is mysterious. He's slightly creepy. He's supremely dangerous. He's a snake, but he's sorta on our side, I think.
These are all sounding like descriptions of yourself.
Yeah, well, noble houses are not built only by pious knights.
As we're proving.
Around.
As we're proving.
In fact, it's often unmade by it. So.
As we're proving.
Yes. But, so my thought is this. Okay, he wants to sit at the council. What does that mean? He wants to know what we're up to. He wants to listen in on discussions. Okay, what will he do with that? He is isolated. He has no way of really sending messages by himself, since I control every message going in and out, at least by Raven. He might try to send, like, a rider, but at that point we would instantly know of that. Like, he is very much surrounded by our forces. He might be like, oh, I can burn down your castle, and we'd be like, you could, but we would also kill you, like, in the most horrendous way possible.
I mean, we'll just stop you from escaping. You'll burn with us.
Yeah, like, burn not with a wreath in flames, motherfucker. We're not afraid to burn in this place. That's what you are, like, sorely mistaken. It's like, people are afraid of fire, and we're like, we relish fire.
Yeah.
We came across this land with the dragons.
Yes, the cleansing beauty of it. Burn with me, and then Desmond throws himself with him into the flames. But all right. So say he sits on the council, he learns things, and then he leaves. Is that a problem for us? Maybe. Potentially, depends on what he knows. The thing is, when he leaves, though, that is sort of out of date already.
Yeah. There's also the fact for our stuff that's really super sensitive, the only sensitive thing we've been talking about our council is our plot to stop Peak.
Yes.
Anything else that's super sensitive, we've been talking about in private quarters.
Yeah.
So
And,
it's not really an issue. Like, is he going to run the Peak? If so, he might as well burn us down.
Yeah, and I'm still like, he's run by a force that we can easily kill him. It might cost a few, but we can do it. Like, if he's really into that.
Turns out it's acrobatic defense and somehow 7 agility.
He backflips and shoots at bombs everywhere, like.
Master Call of dodging.
Master Call of dodging, and
I mean, that would be scary. I mean, that's scary. One action, he gains plus 14 combat defense.
Do you know they called me the Maester Cole of dodging back in Bravos? Ho ho!
Actually, now that you mention it, yes, I did know. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh well, that's actually
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah, so
Try dodging this.
It's going to have some repercussion. I don't know what it is. I think it'll be okay.
I think it's okay. I'm kind of in a sort of Lieutenant Talron. Like, I want to see what happens in a way. I'm like,
I'm in the same situation. Even though I'm in the same situation, even though I don't quite like the whole idea of what I think you're going to do. Oh well.
I mean, we could. I mean, if there is a time to stop it, it is now. If you want to argue against this, this is where you do it.
Stop what?
I don't know. Nothing.
There's a difference
going on.
There's a difference between in character and out of character wants.
Nothing's happening.
I kind of want to know which one. What are we gonna stop? Stop having him on the council, or stopping what?
No,
we're gonna kill Halen. I mean, what?
You know what I mean? We're gonna stop the nothing.
All I'm doing is finding out what he's all up about. What's in his list.
Anyway, I think this is an okay thing to go from.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I think we can in that case demand something more in return. It's like, I can give you a little bit of a poison, and then I want in on all your council meetings. I would be like, well, if you want to be in the council, then that means that you are in some way also loyal to the house.
Yeah.
It means something more than just being in our basement.
Provide us wildfire.
It means that you will keep providing us with the stuff you do. You will help the house prosper, because that way you will also prosper, and and help out, not betray us. It's some form of demand of loyalty in return. I feel is necessary. It doesn't need to do like a knight's oath or anything, but there needs to be something at least to be like, you maybe want to take like a more active role.
Well, right now, he seems to be okay. What you did notice that he didn't tell you the whole truth about Halen.
Yeah, so that would be like a thing I would demand. Be like, sure, but I need to know exactly.
Yeah.
What you've been up to here. And I know we can also withdraw it later. Be like, you know what, this is working. Thank you, goodbye.
Yeah, definitely. We don't have to keep him around anymore.
I mean, we could try. You could try and argue like a time limit on it, because offering you this one-time service for what's right now an indefinite.
Yeah.
I mean, the place on the council would be it could be argued to be like an ongoing thing, as long as he provides and makes himself useful on the council.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And actually helps out. Just like, yes, you can be on the council on the condition that you actively help us.
Yes, I like that.
And actively further the cause. That could be a deal that can be made.
I like that far over just saying, yeah, sure. But, you kind of got to be loyal. It's, be loyal and you can be on the council, but the second that, you stop providing us a service, then, there's the door.
Yeah, then we will part in peace. Be like, thank you for all you have done, and here we go. Goodbye.
Thank you, come again.
Thank you, come again.
Yeah, I like it.
Would that be okay? Would that be agreeable to him, Monica?
Talk to him.
Okay. I'm looking.
Damn it, Jonas. Oh. It's a roleplay game, man.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're focused on other role plays than the ones in front of you. It's just how it is. Okay, well, then Desmond will basically say that. Well, you offer a one-time thing for something that I perceive to be indefinite. How about we alter that deal slightly and say that yes, you can be welcome at the council table and at the negotiations if you prove yourself useful to the house. You've already helped a lot, and payment for that is forthcoming still. But the requirement would be that if you're on the council, you would also be expected to provide on the council and be useful to the house on the council. Just sitting there listening could be arranged for a while for just the poison, but for a longer term, well, service for a service, right? You would get information and get to throw your lot in with the house, but in return, you would also provide more for the house.
Just, make no mistake, it is nice here. It is not the best place I have had, but it works out. Would perhaps suppose if you would require my assistance with things that you are doing on the council, I could answer your questions to the best of my knowledge. I might know of things you do not. I can offer that knowledge as part of this, if you would require it. Know, however, that I am not a slave. You do not have them here, as far as I understand, even as peasants pay their entire fortunes to the lord nearby, working the fields. She smiles in a amused fashion. She says, if it was my life or yours, I know what I would choose, and that will undoubtedly not change.
Dusm shrugs slightly. Well, the choice goes for me as well. I know what I would choose in that regard as well.
And I expected nothing else.
Indeed.
Loyalty in this place has a strange meaning to it. Usually you're supposed to be faithful and dutiful. Not really something we do across the sea. Well, I let your lord know.
Yes, we'll return to that in a moment. What I would require is indeed if you want to be on the council, then I would ask for your counsel. Sitting on the council comes with certain responsibilities in this land. You can't just be a casual observer. You would be expected to provide for the house.
Yes, I can answer when asked, sure. It's something I already offer, I suppose, though few but you come down here.
Mm-hmm.
Most, I fear, do not appreciate what I do, but I assure you, once it becomes necessary, they will see, and they will appreciate it much, I think.
There's some nods. I think so as well, which is one of the reasons we are working together. He nods slowly. Yes. Then it would seem to have some sort of agreement. You would be welcome on the council as long as you provide counsel. And if there comes a time when our paths must depart, we will do so amicably, I think.
Sure. I have no issue with this. Bring me in whenever something important or interesting happens. I can leave this for a few minutes.
I just picture him going like he's sitting in the council room, like listening intently, and then all of a sudden his eyes widen and he jumps out and runs out of the room. We're like, oh,
he just sniffs in the air like, uh-oh, and then he just
runs to the
out.
window and jumps.
You're like, oh, well, it's lucky he's the Master Call of acrobatics.
Yes, it's only like a 15 to like fall and take no damage.
Yeah.
Perfect, lands perfectly.
He lands like a ninja.
Ha!
Now, what have you been doing with the Lord of the House? As I understood it, you didn't really tell me all there was to tell.
So he wanted me to work with him on these, on all of these things. He wanted to understand that I was a genuine man, which I turned out not to be in his eyes, I suppose. I were to perhaps be a teacher, but I was found lacking, I fear. He was forced to search elsewhere. Though I did imagine what the little one could do with my teachings. Was she willing to learn? She has quite the arm for throwing.
Mm-hmm. Dasm, 1,000 possibilities goes through Dasm's mind as he imagines his Bree with grenades. And everyone with grenades, actually. Like Nima with grenades would be fucking scary.
Can I be Thoris of Mir?
I mean, you want to destroy
Guys, all of us would be horrible with grenades because none of us have marksmanship.
Thoris of Mir, man.
And train.
Strike me down and you will all burn.
Yeah. But imagine that next time we go into battle, all of the group has put points in the marksmanship and just grenades fly everywhere. Burn! And then no one will want to go near the Caladans anymore. It's like, no, those guys are crazy.
Reefed in flames, motherfucker.
Does he seem to be telling the truth this time?
Certainly roll.
Figure
it out for your empathy.
My stern gaze upon him.
Out of all the bonus dice I had,
I don't think I can roll much better than that, honestly.
Well,
you can roll one time.
Still he seems to be omitting something.
Well, does a little sigh, sort of massage the bridge of his nose and say, "You are clearly still omitting something, Master Sergeant James. This is the thing I'm talking about."
I am not called the silent because I'm supposed to speak a lot, I suppose. Well, says, you want the truth then?
Yes.
The entirety of it?
Yes.
And if that would get me in trouble?
Then again, I will let you finish up whatever you need to finish up in that laboratory over there, so you don't burn us all, including yourself, to a crisp. And then we would see each other off on the merry way.
Very well then. Come over here.
I want to.
Ha!
To touch him. Well, this is the past, so we know he doesn't that Desmond doesn't die at least.
I love you, Desmond.
But he's
I've always loved you.
We zoom out a little bit, and he's like horribly burned on one side.
Look at that.
He sort of begins to mess a little bit with some things, beakers and whatnot. He says, "I just need to get a few more minutes." There's like this was once like a big cell holding cell. There's like tables and papers, and he's somehow got a lot of stuff in here he didn't have when he came. Probably gone and like bought it in places and then come back.
Cavaller's hiding around the corner.
He doesn't like the heat. It is very hot in here, and Saraiva's sort of brow is certainly also very full of droplets of sweat and whatnot. Has sort of a sulfuric smell in here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sort of see a large glass tube with some sort of greenish liquid that is slowly turning. She looks at it very proud. Sort of. When he looks at it, he looks kind of like a madman.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Lupin just comes back and says, "I wouldn't want an accident to happen right now." All right then. He looks around. He only has like one chair. He'll gesture to it, like over here. There's like some barrels over here with something in them.
Sure.
Sit down. You met me in the cider hall, where we spoke briefly, and I offered my services, which you quickly accepted.
That is correct.
As it turns out, I was there for a good reason. As I said, I had angered some people in Mir. And I did not really want to have happen to me what they wanted.
On slowly.
I, however, did end the blockade. I lost them the battle, so to speak, and they are not very happy with it, though now I fear they have no more arms to really threaten me with. The Blackfire was not too kind to them, as far as I understand. Regardless, I were looking for a new place. I was sort of not welcome in many of the cities after they learned how easily I could kill people. It was my bad luck that they learned. It seems that I had gone for something I was not quite ready for. I will not make the same mistake again, however. Preparedness is what I do. So, regardless, I met there a young man, or two, or three. And they spoke to me, and I spoke to them, and we found agreeable plans. I were to work with them and in return they would see to my new accommodations. Something interesting to do with my time until this whole invasion is done with and I can return home.
Desmond nods slowly.
It seems that what I had to do was simple. I was to stay at the keep of Respite and will be with this Halen. And if he was dead, I was to let the castle burn down with everyone inside.
Desmond nods slowly.
It's very easy, as it turns out. You were quick to accept my offer. And I believe that is something that should be more of a universal trait, to be honest. He sort of smiles slightly, polishes his nails and his scarf. Now, of course, this Halen learns of this some time ago, and he comes and says to me that I should not, that he would not wish such a thing upon his family if he was to somehow perish. I imagine this Peak is not too happy with that order, though I don't think they have discussed it. Regardless, burning down this place seems to not be my favor as of this moment, as I have been ordered to by some and not by others. What they of course do not understand is that I never take an order. I simply do what I want.
And in this instance, in this regard, what is it that you actually want, Mr. Suriavas? I would definitely be true to my word, and if you still feel compelled to go through with your previous promises, then I would at this point, stop you from doing so, ask you to remove yourself from the premises, but you would be allowed to do so.
A promise is but words. They don't really mean anything. Over here it seems that knights and poor people are forced to make vows all the time, but rich people, the nobility, don't really have to hold theirs. I see myself as sort of a noble by virtue of competence. As though I'm sure your kings and whatnot would not agree.
Probably not.
As such, I have no real inclination to follow through with this plan as of yet. It seems to not be in my best interest to do so, does it? I have not been mistreated here. I enjoy this place for what it is, and it seems like you are dedicated to an art of warfare that allows my gifts to be at the forefront rather than as a supporting thing to be buried in a field.
Does some nods slowly. Indeed, we have great plans for this new warfare that you bring.
Yes, we shall burn cities, you and I. Men, women, children. There shall be nothing left but ashes.
Does he
And
realize
we should all know who created this.
I really like this guy. It's like he's completely insane, but I like him.
Does he not get that Decim's not the general?
No, but I'm sort of in charge of the house in a way.
Rizzo were to stop that you from turning too fast. Very, very deft hands to make sure everything goes the right place. So, regardless, if you were to try to kill me, I would simply let this thing burn the castle anyway. You could probably get out, but because I think this place matters to you and your family.
It does. But, and the same goes for you, of course. If you were to burn this down or try to burn it down, you wouldn't get out alive. And I assume that your life means more to you than this castle.
Yes, by far. Though they do say that fire is the cleanest way to die.
Decim smiles slightly.
This, however, is Westerosi fire. Not the kind we used back where I came from. So this stuff is stronger. It does not stop burning even when there is nothing to burn anymore.
Decim nods. That sounds. I did hear whispers of such concoctions in the when I spent some time in the Free Cities.
Yes, but this is the green fire. Sort of looks at the tube. It is the best I have ever made, I should say so. I hope this war comes soon so he can see it work.
Man, imagine what the stupid vultures charge in and try to do their shit, and they get a flask full of that in their face.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. It's a shame that it like melts metal, because how horrifying would it be with just a couple full-plated knights just enveloped in this green fire that, if anyone gets near, just ignites. It'd be brilliant. But sadly, it would burn right through and murder us horribly if that were the case.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to me then that we have an understanding.
Yes, I think so too. Now, if you would not tell this Halen that I have told you of his little secret, that might be in both of our interests, yes?
Nods, indeed. Halen
I will keep playing my part and be a very nice security for this young Peak. And
who else but Peak approached you?
there's a young man from the house. He was a bit rude to me, I think. I apparently reminded him of the foreigners that have taken over his place.
Yes.
I dismissed him out of turn. He acted as if I was not an equal.
That's no slowly. All right then.
He will see eventually when his place burns down.
Everything burns.
He does kind of sound like the Mad King a little.
Yeah, well, you know.
Wait.
But
the Mad King that's not born yet.
This is our chance to realize our mad destiny on fire, right?
Well, wreathed in flames, right?
Can I pause everyone here? So when everyone was picking like their things, like their virtue and everything, no one picked insanity as their motivation, did they?
Wait, let me check. Let me check.
But I do have arrogance and.
Well, excellence.
And my goal is power, so you know.
Yeah.
Takes something, a little vial from his
is security, so...
little vial of something sort of black and undulating from his like belt. He has like a belt and a bandolier that's just full of all kinds of things.
He's been keeping it on him. Oh, God.
He just sort of walks over and says, "Here, take this.
Right.
It should. It is terrible stuff, to be honest. They say it is like fire in the blood."
Desmond takes it gingerly, pockets it.
The vial shatters easily. Do not be careful.
He nods.
Made to be delivered by throw.
Very good indeed. And
You
perhaps
should make sure to. They have to. They have to drink it for it to truly work.
he nods.
Take it into them somehow.
Understood. I shall keep it in mind.
It is always my most difficult task. Nobody trusts the food that I make for them.
No, I can't imagine why they. Can't imagine why. Very well, Mrs.
The
Reed.
vapors are my most. He's up against talking to himself about poisonous vapors.
Mm-hmm. At this point, Decim will sort of
Sure.
leave him there. I would also at this point start. Decim would do this like behind the scenes, but he would more or less put more people on Sir Javas to keep an eye on him. Especially when if he goes out to buy supplies and things. He basically wants to have an iron ring around him when it comes to communication, so he can't like send messages or anything without.
You'll be informed that he basically has been just like leaving sometimes and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Not for too long, probably just like to the surrounding area, sometimes a few days.
Yeah, but on the occasions that he leaves, I would like to actually shadow him from now on.
Sure.
Just keep an eye on him so we know what he's
like
doing.
Scouting people.
Yeah, have some scouts out. We know our lands. They can probably follow him fairly easily, I'm guessing. Okay, wonderful. We have the mad pyromaniac.
Hooray!
On our side, maybe. As long as we're nice to him and he's nice to us, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great.
If you say so.
Does Nima want grenades? We can fix that.
I need to learn something about that first. I hope you give me a very specific that, like, it shatters easily and it's not in haste form.
I don't think we see that. We just sort of, as Dism leaves the door, sort of until like the god, like, keep more eyes on him.
Yeah,
we like, we go back to this moment as Lord Ambrose says. I have to do the other voice.
Money.
As I said, you should not worry much about supplies. There will be a cart coming that will bring whatever we might need. He sort of looks over and says, the good prince has even told me what his favorite things would be, so you do not need to worry about accommodations too much. He sort of smiles and says, I would hope then that we could have a talk at some point. He sort of looks to Desmond. All of you, of course, and you in particular, Lord Caladan.
He bows. Of course, Lord Hand. Of course.
Such formalities. I had almost forgotten that was why I was here.